Y'all give him a hand.
I know it was his blood. I know it was his blood. I knew it was his blood for the Lord me. One day we all was lost, but Jesus died upon the cross. I know it was his blood for little old me. Do I got any Bible readers in the house tonight? Let me tell you what else they did. They crucified my Lord. Hey. They crucified my Lord. They crucified my Lord for me. Granny used to grab me by my shoulder and say, boy, oh Lord, one day I was lost, but my Jesus died up on the cross. Can I tell you what it was? I know it was his blood. Somebody ought to say for little old me. One day I was lost, but my Jesus died upon the cross. I know it was his blood for little old me. And then God gave me something like this. It was his blood.
It was his blood. It was his blood. Save me.
It was his blood.
It was his blood.
I'm so glad Jesus did it.
It was his blood. Save me.
My Bible tell me
It was his blood.
they marched him down the Calvary Hill. They whooped him all night
It
long.
was his blood.
But what I like about Jesus,
Save me.
not one time he said a mumbling word.
His blood.
They spit on Jesus. They even lied on Jesus.
It was his
But not one time he never said a mumbling word. They tell me Mary came around. She said, that's my boy. He ain't done no wrong. Then when they got him to Calvary Hill, they laid him down on the cross. They nailed him in his hand. Jesus still never said a mumbling word. They nailed him in his other hand. Mary said, that's my boy. He ain't done no wrong. And then they pierced him in the side, and blood came streaming down. Good God Almighty. And then they nailed him in his feet. I can hear Mary saying, that's my boy. He ain't done no wrong. They tell me when Jesus died, he looked up to his Father and he said, Father, forgive them what they not knowing, for what they are doing. He said, Father, forgive them for not knowing what they doing. And they said, Jesus laid his head in the lock of his shoulder. And he looked up to Jesus. He said, I give up the ghost to you. Father, I give it to you. Father, my time is done. I came down here all in North Carolina just to let you know, just to let you know. He shed his blood.
He shed his blood.
I'm so glad that Jesus shed his blood.
He shed his blood.
Granny used to tell me, she said, boy, when it come down to Jesus' business, she say, boy, I don't never want to catch you playing with God's business. So I stop by to let you know, if you ain't got your house in order, it's time to get your house in order, because Jesus prepared the way over 2,000 years ago. Good God Almighty, tell somebody, He shed His blood. I'm so glad Jesus shed His blood. Anybody glad tonight? Could you do me one favor? Grab the neighbor by the hand real fast and say, neighbor, say, neighbor, I'm so glad Jesus died for me. That's the reason why I don't look like what I've been through. Tell him this hand you're holding right here been lied on. Say this hand right here, it been talked about. Tell him it been misunderstood. Tell him it been misunderstood. But tell him by God's grace and mercy, by God's grace and mercy, by God's grace and mercy, I'm still yet alive right now. Living, He loved me, and dying, He saved me. Over 2,000 years ago, He buried my sins far away. Anybody glad He buried your sin far away? I wish Granny was here tonight. She said if it had not been for the Lord on your side. Could we just sing it one more time? He shed His blood now.
He shed His blood.
He took a little filthy boy like me and dust me off. He took a little rusty boy like me. He took a little hate out of me and put a little love in me. He took a little danger out of me, put a little peace in my mind. Put a little peace in my mind. Yes, He did. God bless you.